always fascinated me.
Attack!
Or maybe it's just the fire. I do love a good roast. Look at it burn! You have sided with the orc pigs, which makes you our enemy. But why are you helping those animals? That is the question you should ask yourself as the Winterborn cut you down. I am preparing myself, going through the ritual period of solitude before they place the Briarheart in my body. Once I take my place as a Briarheart warrior, I will kill you and rain death down upon the orcs who befoul our land. Angry, I am burning with a righteous rage. Once I have joined the ranks of the Briarheart warriors, that anger will fuel my vengeance and bring justice to my people. What haven't the orcs done? They claim land that rightfully belongs to the Reach. They attack and kill my people. They eat food that should be eaten by Winterborn. They are animals. And not even the help of outsiders will save them from my wrath. Our magic you will never understand. To receive a Briarheart is a precious gift. To receive one while I'm still alive, that is a singular honor. The Hag-Ravens give us these gifts, even as they care for the tree upon which the sacred fruit grows. What a terrible enemy you are. You don't even know about the source of your own doom. I would feel sorry for you. But instead, I just want to kill you even faster. Of course I know about the tree. It gives the sacred fruit life. It is strong, powerful, eternal. It cannot be destroyed. It hates you, you know, because you burn its babies. I will kill you for doing that too, once I get my Briarheart. You think you can destroy our eternal tree with fire and axes? Ah! Your tools are useless! The tree's roots run strong and deep. But please, feel free to give it a try. The Hag-Ravens will eat your eyes and use your body for fertilizer.
Clear your mind and break the spell!
So, I don't suppose you... maybe... might have seen Al-Anon on your way back? Maybe? Listen, it wasn't my fault. Al-Anon sent me to get him some moss that grows on the walls down here. When I got back, the alchemist was gone. Right, that's an excellent plan. But you should take this. Al-Anon said it was the last ingredient he needed to finish his elixir. I don't see his alchemy bag, so he must have the rest of the components with him. If the tree hasn't eaten them yet. What? No, of course not. At least, I don't think it ate him. But he told me that the Winterborn plant briarheart seeds in dead bodies. The seed eats the body, sprouts roots, and nourishes the tree. Or something like that. I wasn't really listening. Well, I went that way to gather the moss, so he must have gone the other way. Probably turn right at the bend ahead. Let's split up. We can cover more ground that way. Besides, I kind of feel it's my fault, since I left him alone and all that.
Don't blame the elf. He was just following orders. Tell you the truth, I need more soldiers like her in my army.
Victory is cruel. Defeat is worse. No remorse!
I am not bird food.
That's the last of them.
It's about time you got here. Do something before I roast up here. Don't just stand there and watch me roast. Do something. What am I doing? I'm being roasted alive. What does it look like I'm doing? What's worse, they have my alchemy bag. The elixir was nearly complete when I stumbled into that Winterborn patrol. No. We're running out of time, and you have a more important task to complete. You have to destroy the central tree. Otherwise, the Briarheart warriors will eventually overrun the orcs. I'll find a way out of here. Somehow. Find the Hagraven that snatched my alchemy bag and grab the elixir. I couldn't wait for Evelie, so I found the moss on my own. Of course, that's when I ran into the Winterborn. Anyway, get the elixir and destroy that tree. Finish this. For me.
There you are. I was looking all over for... Hey! How'd Alanon get up there? I'm not 100% certain, but I bet I could break the chain holding up the cage with a few well-placed arrows. Sure. Don't worry. I've got this. You don't suppose the cage will shatter on impact, do you? No worries. I never hit anything I'm not aiming at. Well, except for that one time, but that totally doesn't count. I told Bonfor not to move. Go on. I'll take good care of the alchemist. Hey, Alanon! I need you to stay very, very still so I can get you down.
With a bow and arrow? The cage will drop into the fire with me inside.
Just make sure you tuck and roll.
Fight? Good. Courage brings victory.
Kill the intruders!
Let's go take care of Iceheart. any questions before we go in there, now's the time.
So, the king of the pig children has come to die. Your soldiers failed, Gurov, and so will you!
I love it when my enemies mock me. Helps me work up a good rage.
You treat everything like a joke. That's why the orcs refuse to follow you. You mock the fallen.
You need to keep
and dishonor
moving.
their sacrifices.
Dishonor them? Ha! I'll honor them by separating your head from your body.
I'm not dead yet.
How do you like that, you cold bastard? Iceheart's blade is mine. Now maybe the clans will finally accept my rule. You don't know how good that feels. Your fun Iceheart is finally dead. Imagine you ate too much, and try as you might, you can't get out that really big belch. Then, finally, you let out a thunderous burp. Yes, that's how I feel right now. For all practical purposes, yes. The remaining Winterborn will put up a fight, but without a warlord, my soldiers should be able to wrap this up in short order. As for me, I can't wait to show off my trophy to the clan chiefs. Well, don't let me keep you. You've shown that you're capable enough. You have my full confidence. Just don't go and get yourself killed, all right? I have plans for you, my friend. Big plans! Someone needs to examine the stolen supplies and get them ready for transport. Might as well be me. Meet me back at the keep when you're done. I want you there when I tell the chiefs what we accomplished today.
Wood Elf got me out of that cage with a damn fine strike. Damn fine. And you handled the Briarheart tree perfectly. Well done. Indubitably. I watched the roots burn with my own eyes. The siege commander needs to hear about this, so we could press the advantage and put an end to the Winterborn threat. As for me, I'm going to relax. Somewhere in Orsinium with a very large drink. I just need to catch my breath. I'll be fine.
They tried to roast you. That's not how we fight fire. Ah!
do you think you'll make with that?
Why do all the best of... Ah, greetings, traveler. Hold a moment, won't you? I'm looking for a cave. It would be foul-smelling, likely surrounded by scattered bones and such. Have you seen such a place? Ah, an inquisitive sort. I like it. I'm searching for a Nord beastmaster named Nikolvara. My contacts tell me she possesses an enchanted whistle that can tame any creature in Tamriel. Marvelous, yes? Apparently she lives in a Durzog lair nearby. Profit, of course. Durzogs make the perfect guard animals, but they're impossible to tame. If I could train and sell just one of those beasts, I'd make a fortune. If you can acquire the whistle and figure out how it works, we'll split the profits. I'm headed to Bolgol Farm to warm up. It's not far, just over the hill. After you test the whistle, you can find me there. Good luck. Well, I leave the details to you, but I warn you, from everything I've heard, Nikolvara doesn't take kindly to visitors. She's something of a recluse, or so the locals tell me. Haven't you heard? The orcs are building a city. If there's a better opportunity for an enterprising young businessman, well, I've never heard of it. Truth be told, my original plan involved several casks of the finest Hlalu wine, but who knew that the orc palate was so unsophisticated? They hated this stuff, but a good businessman always has a backup plan. Yes, Durzogs. Why is that so hard to grasp? I need something that will appeal to an orc's sensibilities. What could be better than a mangy, slobbering beast? The orcs will pay a fortune for that.
That should come in handy.
All this drinking, thirsty world.
I hate this place. Nothing but dry bread and old turnips.
My hunters brought in an entire herd this morning.
We should have enough for the feast then, depending on how hungry the king is.
Your hunt daughter. She told my Koskra she could marry whoever she wanted. Tradition be damned.
Isn't that what the king wants? Toss out the old and in with the new?
Can you imagine the chaos? Sometimes I don't know what the king is thinking. My hunters brought in an entire herd this morning.
We should have enough for the feast then, depending on how hungry the king is.
Your hunt daughter. She told my Koskra she could marry whoever she wanted. Tradition be damned.
Isn't that what the king wants? Toss out the old and in with the new?
Can you imagine the chaos? Sometimes I don't know what the king is thinking.
We didn't come for a sermon, priestess. We're just here to see Kurog.
I meant no offense, Chief Barzrag. I only seek to spread Trinimak's good words.
Again with these Trinimak lies. Let me show you what Malakat thinks of your stupid words.
Your anger is uncalled for, clan chiefs. Please excuse us, Solgra. I see our champion has returned.
You? They pulled you into their madness? How disappointing.
As you can see, the clan chiefs can be a contentious lot. They oppose King Kurog at every turn, especially on matters of faith. But tell me, was Kurog successful? Did you defeat the Winterborn warlord? I knew you'd be able to help Kurog in his mission. Perhaps now the other clans will see that Kurog is destined to lead us all. Once all the clans unite, just imagine the power we will wield. The king sent for them. They are a few of the more vocal opponents to my son's plans, and they refuse to bend their knees to him. They are blinded by centuries of custom and tradition. They refuse to see the glory that King Kurog wants to bestow upon us all. Instead, they stick their heads in the mud like a frightened Argonian and pretend that the old ways are so much better. My son wants to free us from the traditions that hold us back. They mire us in outdated notions and restrictions. We need to become a modern society if we want the other kingdoms to respect us, to take us seriously. King Kurog will make that happen.
Excellent! Everyone's here! The time has come! Swear allegiance to me! Orsinium will prosper once the clans unite under my rule!
This again, Kurog? Why should we submit to you this time?
Behold! I wield the Blade of Iceheart. With the help of outsiders, I have vanquished our greatest foe and retrieved the stolen supplies. The chiefs could not stop the Winterborn. Only I have accomplished that.
You ask much, Kurog, to turn away from Malakath, to abandon our most cherished customs.
Bazrog, my old friend, your outdated ideas will be the death of me.
Don't tempt us, Kurog. Our traditions won't bend to the will of an idiot chief who decides to call himself
King! Idiot! Chief! I am your king. You would all do well to remember that. Now get out of my sight!
You embark on a dangerous path, Kurog. We won't forget this.
treasonous bastards! I just saved their ungrateful arses, and this is the thanks I get? I even showed them my heart sword! How can I create a united nation when the chiefs refuse to accept my rule? More often than not, yes. There's always some fool who wants to quote the Code of Malakath or insult my honor. It infuriates me! How can we build a respectable kingdom when we can't even abandon our most ridiculous superstitions? Targak, it was all I could do not to kill all three of those troll lovers. Let Bosrog and Dular think about what happened. I only hope they can set aside old traditions and accept the future I envision. Their support would make things much easier. For now, no. Go explore Rothgar and get to know this great city. Enjoy yourself. When you're ready for a new challenge, find me at my private tavern in the city. I'm sure I'll have something that requires your specific skill set by then.
This one shouldn't be here. It was Agolus who stole from the king, not poor Zabani. Zabani met Agolus on the way to Orsinium. Many dangers lined the road, so we traveled together. We celebrated our arrival with drinks. When this one returned from the privy, the guard accused Zabani of stealing from the king. Of what? She does not know. Gone. Zabani was a fool to trust him. This one remembers he mentioned his camp. Why would a traveler have a camp unless he was a bandit? Please, free Zabani. She has nowhere else to turn. Agolus always wrote in a journal. Zabani is certain his plans to frame her are within. This one saw a map inside his journal to his bandit camp. Not far. This one can show you. Please, find the journal and prove Zabani's innocence. Zabani enjoyed walking behind him. It was like watching the rolling ocean. This one is not usually distracted in such a way. Perhaps Agolus relied on this to trick her. Zabani does not know. They will not tell her. They say it was the king's property, but will not explain. This one thinks she will rot in this cell until it is found, or until she is proven innocent.
Let's ride.
Ah!
Ah, friend. Am I glad to see you. It's Hildegard. She never came back after she went to say a prayer for Tannic. I think I could use your help. After Tannic was injured during the Grand Sermonizer incident, Hilda went to pray for him, and I haven't seen her since. No one has. It's not like Hilda to just disappear without saying a word to me or Astara. She loves temples, but the trouble in Kvetch made her avoid the big cathedral. Lately, she's been visiting the great chapel of Dibella in Anvil. I think the ritual soothes her, you understand? Will you come to Anvil and help me find Hildegard? I'll meet you at the chapel in Anvil. Hopefully we'll find Hilda curled up and sleeping under Dibella's statue. Just be careful when you get to the city. The Pirate Queen hates the Brotherhood almost as much as the Sermonizers do. She likes to commune with the divines and with nature. And she takes on contracts like the rest of us. So it's not that unusual for her to be away from the sanctuary. But with the recent attacks against us, I can't help but imagine the worst. I hope she's all right. But who knows what to think when the world turns upside down? Someone's been murdering the murderers. If Hildegard's been hurt, or worse, I don't know what I'll do. What are you implying, Initiate? Hilda is like a sister to me. Ever since I found her, I've been trying to help her come to grips with her situation. She may be a werewolf, but she's a good person. The Brotherhood is lucky to have her. Why is that so hard to believe? She's an excellent tracker and a ruthless killer in werewolf form. Sometimes she brings back body parts she's still gnawing on, but who hasn't gotten lost in the moment a time or two? And I always clean up the mess. The Pirate Queen hates everything she can't control. The Count of Kvetch, the Primate, us. She wants to rule the entire Gold Coast, but we're not willing to just roll over and give in to her demands. We're independent, and we like it that way. Hilda's not here. Let's ask around and see if any of the worshippers have seen her.
Bask in the holiness of this sacred place, and let your troubles fade away. I have seen many such women in this city. I heard the governor wore one at a recent appearance, and now the custom has become a sort of fashion statement. Sorry I cannot be of more assistance to you, Wayfarer.
Now I've lost my train of thought. Well, since you've already interrupted the writing process, what can I do for you? A Nord? Here? Is that even possible? I have it on good authority that the typical Nord melts in hot temperatures. Come to think of it, I'm surprised I've never met a Nord. One more thing to do before I finish my memoirs, I suppose?
I wonder if I can get a priest to tell me how they keep the fires burning. I hope it's not one of those sacred secrets that they're always going on about. Now that you mention it, I remember a young woman. No, wait. That was a wood elf. Carried around a bouquet of flowers. Talked to them, smelled them. Then she ate them. Really, wood elves are very strange.
My, someone is certainly curious about this Nord girl. I wonder who she could be. Your interest in this young Nord woman has certainly piqued my curiosity. Tell me who she is, and I'll tell you what I saw. I saw a young Nord with a flower in her hair talking to Chanter Nemes over by the Akatosh shrine. I remember because it was so odd. He was whispering in her ear and standing much too close for a man who wasn't her father or her lover. Oh, believe me, I tried. When they were finished, the poor young woman had tears streaming down her face. She ran out of the chapel as the chanter looked on. He had a self-satisfied smile on his face. Do you think he said something improper? No, of course not. A man as pious as Chanter Nemes would never do anything untoward with a young Nord woman. I mean, even the rumor of such an event would be scandalous. Don't worry, though. I won't say a word about your friend and the chanter.
Troll's blood! Can these people gossip? They're worse than the Rat Master's informants, and he pays them to dredge up secrets. Hilda was here, but no one can say where she went or when. Tell me you had better luck, Initiate. A chanter spoke with Hilda? That's not what I wanted to hear. Understand, Hilda isn't like us. She grew up in the wild. The idea of being civilized is really new to her. And she still feels guilty about the wolf that's inside her. It certainly sounds that way to me. It doesn't take much to turn her guilt about what she's done as a wolf into self-loathing. I'm constantly trying to get her to change her feelings on the matter, but her beliefs run deep. Back to where it all began. Back to Skyrim. I'll check at the docks to see if she's tried to secure passage on a ship. You go talk to the caravan master. Hopefully one of us will discover which route she took to go back to where the wolf was born.
The next caravan will be ready to leave shortly. If that interests you, find a place nearby to sit for a spell, and I'll call you when we're ready. Well, isn't that interesting? You're the second menacing stranger that's asked me about a Nord who may or may not have fled in tears. Even if I had seen this young woman, why do you think I'd tell you anything? Right. Her family. The way that young woman was crying, you'd think Molag Bal himself was after her. Or someone like you. If I had helped the Nord, and I'm not saying I did, you'd have to do a lot better than that to get me to tell you anything. Sorry. I protect my customers and their secrets. I've got nothing else to say to you.
Caravan Master, please! The young woman with the flower in her hair, she's in terrible danger!
Well, look at you! You must be the brother.
So you did see Hildegard. Please, you need to tell us where she's gotten to.
You're all she talked about other than begging me for transport. She said she was gonna miss you most of all.
Word on the docks was that the Silver Dawn was looking for my sister too. We need to know where she went.
The young woman wanted a ride to the Yarral Mountains. I sent her on the last wagon, but I can take you there if that would help.
We'd appreciate that. Thank you.
Sorry I gave you the runaround, but I was just trying to protect my passenger. Those Silver Dawn ruffians came around asking about her right before you did. I didn't say a word to them either. Just let me know when you're ready to go to Skyrim. Then hop aboard the wagon and let's get going. I'll get you there as fast as I can without throwing a wheel. Well, at least without throwing more than one. If the Silver Dawn hunts your friend, you better be ready for a fight.
Let's split up and look for Hilda. But stay alert. The forest is probably crawling with Silver Dawn hunters.
This is a great area for harvesting. This is a great area for harvesting.
Set it ablaze!
You dare challenge the Order of the Silver Dawn? I'll tear your head off and mount it on my wall.
Spare me, and I'll tell you where the werewolf is. We tracked her to the south. That should come in handy.
It's me, Hilda. Your big brother. Calm down. We're here to help. Remember yourself. Remember who you are. That's good, little sister. Very good. Now breathe. Relax.
I did not mean to cause so much trouble. I never meant to put you or Kor in harm. But the chanter told me I had to flee. He said my past and my wild nature were going to cause the people I love to come to harm. He said the deaths of our brothers and sisters were my fault, and it was going to get worse if I remained. The chanter sings to the divines. He speaks for Akatosh. I had to tell him things. About me. About the family. It happened before. I was a danger to my wolf clan. Now I am a danger to Kor. To you and the others. You are all better off without me. No! Why would the cantor do that? He told me to return to my old life. To the wilderness. He said I'd be safe. That no one else would get hurt if I left. He promised that Akatosh would show me the way. You really mean that? Even after I abandoned the family? You still want me around? I'm sorry I caused so much trouble. I let my fear allow the chanter to deceive me. That is not going to happen again. Kor and I, we'll handle things. Together.
Looks like you found your friend. And all her limbs are still attached? Are you ready to return to Anvil now? Are you sure? Nothing else you need to accomplish before we head out? If you ever get tired of running around with that bunch, come back and see me. There's always a place for someone with your skills on my caravans. I'm just saying.
Thank you for saying such kind things to Hilda. I know she's taking your words to heart. You did good, Initiate. I'm glad you're one of us now. I know, and I will. I'm just not eager to see Astara. She won't be pleased when she hears about this. I wish I knew what Chanter Nimbus hoped to accomplish. Someone needs to stick a fork in him and call him done. Anyway, we'll see you back home.
Now that it is all over, I feel like a fool for listening to the chanter. I might have to pay him a visit one of these nights, and even the score. I guess you never heard. I grew up different. My parents were Nords, but we followed a different path from most other Nords. We admired the werebeasts, wanted to be like them. We drank their blood. My clan were hunters. We worshipped Hircine. Becoming a werewolf was part of that. It was the way things were done. But I could not control my wolf form. I hurt someone badly. After that, I ran away to save them. Not at first. I lived on my own, deep in the mountains. I was wild, feral. Then Kor found me. He took me in and gave me a family again. If not for him, I don't know where I'd be right now. Now if only I could make that damn chanter pay. You would do that? For me? Thank you. Chanter Nemes tends to the Akatosh shrine in the chapel of Dibella. He spends a lot of time in the chapel office when he isn't lying to foolish young women. Make him feel pain before you kill him, all right?
How did you get in here? Akatosh, protect me!
They made their choices. So be it.
I understand we have you to thank for Hildegard's safe return. Are you going to tell me what happened, or do I have to torture Kor until he sings? I hope you're right. But why do the Akatosh priests seem to be moving against us? First the sermonizers, now this. Are they trying to take advantage of our recent setbacks? Or is there something more going on here? At least Hildegard is safe now. A contract has come our way that includes an unusual request. The client wants to meet the assassin assigned to carry out the task before paying our exorbitant fee. It's rare, but not unheard of. And the Black Hand agreed to the request, so who am I to complain? I'd like you to deal with this one, Initiate. Go to Anvil Castle and meet with our client. I'm sure she's got a good reason for altering our protocol. Oh, didn't I mention? It's none other than the self-proclaimed provincial governor of Anvil, the pirate queen Fortunata Abdugal. I expect you to handle this like any other contract. Acquire your target, plan your attack, and make your kill. Go and see what the pirate queen has to say, Initiate. At the very least, it should be amusing to let her think she can order us around the way she does her Red Sail's lackeys. I look forward to hearing all about it after the deed is done. Knowing Fortunata, it could be anyone. She's made as many enemies as she has friends since taking control of the Gold Coast. Probably just a noble who insulted her at one of her elaborate parties. I'm sure there's a book about her around here somewhere. Oh, very well. Fortunata worked for the Gold Coast Trading Company before she used her influence and connections to become the pirate queen of the Abetian Sea. With a fleet of ships and an army of pirates, it helped that the region had been decimated by Varen's civil war. She was so bold as to claim the entire Gold Coast as her domain, but Count Carolus and Kvatch still have a little to say about that. It's crawling with Red Sail's pirates. Fortunata keeps it locked up tighter than her dowry chest, but she is expecting you. Mirabelle knows the Anvil Castle well. She spends time there pretending to be a servant so she can keep an eye on things. Certainly, and she's very good at it. For the eventual day when we have to move against the Pirate Queen, we'll have Mirabelle in place and ready to act. Of course, such a day may never materialize. But I believe in preparing for every contingency.
honor and faith to you, my friend. We are nearly ready to depart. My Lord Varen requested that Tharn and Snow Lily join us, for safety's sake. Though I have seen fewer places as tranquil as the Valley of Blades. An old friend, Kasura, dwells there. Before I was captured, I placed an enchanted ring in her keeping. The ring is a key of sorts. Without it, we will not be able to open the secret chamber where the Amulet of Kings lies hidden. She was my first mentor and instructor, a true master of blades. She still trains young swordsmen in the valley, though she deems worthy of her instruction. Swordsmanship, but much more than that. Her teachings revolve around a trinity of body, blade, and brilliance. The sword singers of old were said to be masters of all three. Oh, look, there will be time for questions later. Are you ready to depart?
I'll open a portal to hasten your journey.
Do you smell the scent of burning embers in the air? Oh, we may be in for a treat if Kasura is teaching the firewalk. The Abbey is just down the path. We're fortunate that my Lord Varen opened a portal for us. This landslide appears to have blocked the valley's only approach. I cannot say. I've never known these mountains to experience earthquakes. Strange. It is tradition for Redguard men to shave their heads, following a time of great trials. I shaved mine long ago, when I failed in the task to restore the lost tradition of the Sword Singers. Also, long hair gets in the way during battle. There is an old Redguard proverb. A man is only as great as the beard that wears him. A full and healthy beard carries with it a sense of great honor and wisdom. Also crumbs. Oh, a few have tried, but a fool and his fingers are quickly parted. The Abbey is just down the path. We're fortunate that my Lord Varen opened a portal for us. This landslide appears to have blocked the valley's only approach. I cannot say. What is this? Quickly! We must find Kasura!
So much destruction. What could have done this?
I'm afraid I've seen this before. Keep an eye skyward, Titanborn.
Kasura!
Saisahan! Intruders. Cultists. They attacked the Abbey. So many of my students have fallen.
Kasura, the Abbey is in ruins, Kasura. How could they?
Gigantic beast. Like nothing I've ever seen. Cultists. They're opening rifts to oblivion.
No. Save your strength, Kasura. We will make them pay. I promise you.
What do you think?
It's only a trap if you don't
Trap?
know about it. I assume everything.
In the name of Molag Bal, come forth and destroy his enemies!
Oblivion, take you!
Heed me, Daedric minions, and obey! Hosts of Oblivion, come forth and feast.
That's got it!
The Titan returns!
Ah, Saisahan and company at last. My pet has been waiting for you.
Here it comes!
How many more of your friends must die, Saisahan? Where is the Amulet of Kings?
Well fought. Sai Sahan travels with worthy companions. My injuries are not serious. What are a few more scars to an old warrior? Scars have the virtue of reminding us that our past is real. My students, and my home, have not fared half so well. I'm glad to see you, but curious why you are here. I did not find the Ring of Stendarr's mercy, but now that the King of Worms knows you are here, it is only a matter of time before he launches another attack. Indeed, atop the eastern stair is the secret entrance to the ancestral crypt. The ring is within. Follow me. The hidden entrance will
Why
not
would
be
a
obvious.
crypt need a secret entrance?
It's a wonder there's an unplundered crypt in all of Skyrim. You Nords could learn a thing or two from the builders of Hammerfell.
Perhaps Hammerfell could also teach Nibene the virtue of good manners.
Here we are. Watch your step as you descend.
Tread lightly. Few living have been permitted to walk among these honored dead. The Vard Hunding, son of Frandar do Hunding, Helhanse no Shira, the greatest of the Sword Saints. The hearth of every household in Hammerfell has a small alcove containing a copy of his father's greatest work, the Book of Circles. The twins of Sword and Spear, Rahasa and Rahuzar, and their mother, Anse Satame, the Tigress of Dragonstar. Anse Kalam, master of Polheims, and his daughter, Ra'adia. He swept through these mountain passes like a tempest, driving out the bandit tribes that have harassed our people for 2 decades. By the sword of my father, Nazir Ataf Sahan, I pledge myself to the destruction of Manimarco and the liberation of Tamriel from the tyranny of the god of schemes, Molad Bal.
The ring is yours. Guard it well. I must return to my students to begin the long task of rebuilding. Thank you, but I cannot leave the Valley of Blades. I must bury the dead and tend to the wounded.
I knew you would lead me to the ring eventually.
Your presence defiles this place, Manimarco.
Give me the ring, and I might spare your pathetic lives.
We struck down your Titan and we'll strike you down soon enough.
The Titan was a prelude of what's to come if you continue to defy me.
Defy you? Your delusions of godhood are laughable, you ignominious corpse herder.
Very well, then. I'll simply take the ring from your corpses.
Blasphemy! How dare you raise the honored men to fight your battle!
The next time you hide something from the most powerful necromancer in all of Tamriel, you might reconsider hiding it in a bloody tomb.
Come on! Get out of there!
He must not get the ring!
Rest in peace, honored dead.
Souls of our ancestors, I will avenge Manamarco's blasphemy!
The ring is ours for the time being. Guard it well. You must return to the harborage and give it to Lord Varen. It will remain safe in his keeping until it is time to travel to Sancretor. Lyris, Abner, and I will remain here to help Kasura bury the dead and tend to the injured. Lord Varen has been observing our progress. He will open a portal for you to return. There it is, at the top of the stairs. Go, quickly!
The damage is great, but if you had not arrived when you did, there would be nothing left to rebuild. Be safe in the coming days, my friends. I look forward to your return.
Abbey of Blades will rise from these ashes. If I survive the dark path we must walk, I will return to help Kasura shape a new generation of Blade Masters.
In my mind's eye, I witnessed your battle with the worm cult and with the undead Unsay abominations. Your mission was successful, was it not? I witnessed the Titan's assault and sensed the deaths of many innocents. It is a great and terrible loss. Saisahan and the others will need time to aid Kasura. I will contact you when they return and we will begin the journey to Sancretor.
What do you think you'll make with that? I don't fear dark places so much as the things that lurk in them.
That was easy. That's the last of them. Wake up! Clear your head! Huzzah!